Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
What a beautiful day it is in Slidell, St. Tammany Parish, right?
For a little while.
And here at Camp Salmen, our beautiful asset, our beautiful park right here off of Highway 190. My name's Mike Cooper, Parish President of the great St. Tammany Parish. This morning, I welcome each and every one of you here. As I look around, I can see that each and every one of you has had some form of dedication or participation in this project or in the park as a whole. And I certainly appreciate what you all do on behalf of Camp Salmen's Park. With me here, standing right in the middle of the Tammany Trace. I hope we don't have any bicycles coming right now. But standing behind me are members of the Parish Council, Parish Councilman Steve Stefancic, Parish Councilman T.J. Smith, Parish Councilman Jimmy Davis. We have State Representative Mary Dubison joining us. And we have Larry Sharp, who is the District 62 Administrator with DOTD, and Councilman Bill Borchett with the City of Slidell, and Dr. Lee Domang with the Bayou Liberty Civic Association. Have I missed anybody without turning around? I got everybody? Thank you. And want to thank these elected officials as well as others who aren't here with us that work each and every day for the benefit of our citizens and for the benefit of the great assets that we have here in St. Tammany. So we're happy to officially open this 1.5 mile of Tammany Trace, which spans from Neslo Road to where Melody Lane connects here to Camp Salmen. This investment of approximately $750,000 was funded through a combination of grant funding from both the DOTD and the Federal Highway Administration, and also includes local parish funding. We want to thank DOTD for their partnership on this project. It was a team effort. We hope citizens will enjoy the extension of this nationally recognized Rails to Trails Hall of Fame Tammany Trace. The extension marks the beginning of new hours for Camp Salmen, effective today. Camp Salmen will now be open from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. each and every day. We know that our citizens and the enthusiasts on bicycles will certainly enjoy that and utilize the Tammany Trace Extension to the fullest extent. So I also want to recognize, as I look in the audience, we have staff members here with St. Tammany Parish government, and I cannot go without recognizing their efforts each and every day to serve our citizens. Bruce Crouch, Director of Facilities, Jay Watson, Parish Engineer, Les Heidelberg is with my office, the folks with our Public Information Office, Amy Bouton, Shannon Surpass, and Jackie Landry. Have I missed any of our St. Tammany Parish government officials? Tara.
Sarah.
Thank you. And I saw Zach up front helping us direct traffic. Thank you, Zach.
I'm sorry, Lisa Maddox.
Where's Lisa? Lisa? Well, thank all of our hard-working St. Tammany Parish government officials. I cannot name them all, but thank you all for doing that. So at this time, I'm going to call on my friend and a great friend to St. Tammany Parish, District 62 Administrator with Louisiana DOTD. Larry?
Thank you. So one advantage to speaking is you get to take the mask off. So I'll try to be brief so we don't have anybody pass out from asphyxiation or anything like that. But thank you, President Cooper. Thank you, Councilman. Thank you, Representative. It is an honor to be part of this expansion of the Tammany Trace. I've worked on several portions of it throughout my career, and it's nice to see that we're continuing on with the progress. It is world class. I mean, it is one that you can't find anywhere, to where you can have so many miles that you can bike and experience nature and still be close to civilization, close to things that you may need or want. So it is a great partnership between St. Tammany Parish, and it was selected as a TAP project. And if you don't know what a TAP project is, like as President Cooper said, it's a combination of funding that we can utilize, federal, state, and local funds. So with the local funds, it's a possibility that we don't always get. These funds come from federal sources that we have to go out and compete for, and that competition, I mean, you can see it's something that we always seem to bring home. And it's something that has really improved the area. I'm looking forward to continuing the trace and getting it to where we have it from one end of the parish to the other, if that's the goal. I also like to take this time to mention the people that actually are on the ground getting the work done, because we get to get up and talk, but the people that are out here every day, I'd like to mention Steve Meeks, who's the project manager, Kevin Adams, who's our DOTD coordinator, and Sarah Sharp, who's the St. Tammany Parish project engineer. And of course, President Cooper, you and your administration for having the vision and the foresight to keep moving forward with the Tammany Trace and this asset for the area. Thank you again.
Thanks, Larry. And Larry brought up a good point before I call on Dr. Domingue. We are going to continue the Tammany Trace Extension all the way to Heritage Park. In fact, our goal, our part in working with the City of Slidell is to bring it to Highway 11, Front Street, and the City of Slidell is working on bringing it to the point that we bring it to. We've had a change of plans from bringing it, the Tammany Trace down West Hall, and we hope to utilize the abandoned railroad right-of-way that goes just north of here, behind the lumber yard, and proceeds eastward, and we'll be working together on this project as well. We have money dedicated, as well as the City of Slidell has money dedicated. So completing this is certainly our goal in the years to come. Thank you. Dr. Domingue.
Thank you, Mike. It is really a pleasure to take off these masks. Thank you all for coming out. I was really honored to be asked to say a few words about today's event. And I wanted to thank you for attending, and more importantly, to have so many representatives and leaders of St. Tammany here represented. I can't think of a better legacy to leave in this area if you are an elected official, or if you happen to be a leader of St. Tammany, than to have your name associated with a project like this. And I'm talking specifically now about, of course, Tammany Trace. Think of what it does. I mean, in 31 miles of asphalted corridor leading from Covington through Abita Springs, going south all the way to Mandeville, heading east to Lacombe, and now the temporary terminus here at Camp Salmen in Slidell. All of that is rather incredible, because in that 31 miles, you're crossing about 30 or so bridges over waterways, bayous, streams, rivers, and all you have to do is to gaze either way, north or south, and you see the wonders of nature that St. Tammany has to offer. And this is really the reason why we live in St. Tammany. This is the reason why we raise our families here. These are the things that we need to preserve, not just for today's citizens, not just for us here, but for generations to come. What an awesome thing. And here we are, as Mike already pointed out, it's a beautiful day, and surely in the next 36 hours, things are going to change for the 7th time this year. It's unprecedented, we get it, but we are resilient enough that we are prepared, we know what to do. It's going to be a breeze. We'd have to be careful, but it's going to be a breeze because we already are prepared for it. That said, the place that we're now celebrating the Trace here at Camp Salmen, 130 acres of just natural park for everyone to enjoy, which happens to just be on the banks of one of the most serenely beautiful waterways in Louisiana, Bayou Liberty. We need to preserve this, to maintain it, and to maintain its being open for many, many decades to come. And with that in mind, I wish that all citizens might maybe invoke their representatives and their leaders, both in the city and the parish, to perhaps think a bit out of the box in terms of future development in sensitive areas. Now look, I'm a capitalist. I'll be the first one to admit it. I'm not a staunch environmentalist. I welcome progress. I welcome development, but it's got to be good development. We have to understand, and we have to make our leaders appreciate what it is we have in St. Tammany, and going forward, how we need to preserve that. Somebody once said, and I can't think of who it is, that a vision without action is a daydream, and a daydream without vision, a nightmare. We need to be thoughtful about those things. We need to project to our leaders, look, there are different ways to do things today. We're in the 21st century and well into it. We have to change our thinking process about large-scale development, subdivisions, multifamily housing. Perhaps we need to eliminate cement or concrete, slab homes in sensitive areas. We should be thinking about that because our green space and our wetlands absorb water. It prevents runoff to other areas. It prevents pollution to our bayous and to Lake Pontchartrain. With that in mind, I'm going to be brief. I'm sorry, I've already gone way beyond what I wanted to say, but I'll leave you with a final thought. Where would we be today if there weren't people who had a vision? Whether it's Columbus or Washington, John Adams or Thomas Jefferson, these people had a vision and an ideal, and they went after it with everything at risk, including their very lives and the lives of their families, and they succeeded. Now, 250 years later, we're enjoying the fruits of that. We need to think like that, to think like these people and move ahead and not be afraid to embrace things that are obstacles. And in that line, and for that reason, we need to engage our politicians and our leaders to do the same. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Wow, Dr. Domingue, words well-spoken and intentioned, and you can see why he's representative of the beautiful Bayou Liberty community. So happy that he joined us. Also want to recognize the great volunteers of the Camp Salmen Nature Park, the Friends of Camp Salmen. Thank you all. We get emails from you regularly, and we want to make the improvements. We have those improvements on the way, those that we have promised you. So I thank you for being here and for bringing these improvements to fruition. And Lisa, again, for maintaining the trace and being a steward for all these years. It's certainly appreciated. It's a big job to to keep the rangers and all of the jobs that we do here to keep the Tammany Trace open for our citizens. Thank you very much, and please join me in the ribbon cutting. Everybody excited about this?
There you go.
Can't see you smiling.